everyone, welcome to the post game. As always, my name is Jay, and that was the first official Jay vs. Jay battle report in the free content. Now, obviously, as I mentioned, if you are in the Peterborough area and you want to play against me, contact me through jay@jadedproductions.com or through the Facebook page or anything. Just get in contact with me, and I would love to play a game against you, or through YouTube. And I would love to play a game against you in the near future. That was an interesting game. And by no means did I rig it for either army. I just realized that I had that psychic power near the end of the game and decided to pull it off. So without ruining it, I gave you plenty of time to leave. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was a Grey Knight victory. Grey Knights squeaked away a victory in the end. The reason was it was kill points, and in the end, 3 remaining models for the Grey Knights were able to get away from the Orcs. Ghazghkull Thraka, the Librarian, and 1 member of a Paladin squad, and that alone, 3 kill points plus the Slay the Warlord bonus. And the reason why they were able to get away from the opponent was using a really, really nasty psychic power called Gate of Infinity, where all of a sudden you can just teleport around the board repeatedly. Essentially, you can deep strike, move off the board and deep strike in another position, and the Grey Knights used it to get away once they realized that they were outnumbered and that they couldn't stand and fight against all those Orcs, which could easily just surround them repeatedly and Daka them to death in the long term. That being said, really nothing happened in the last turn anyway, because they were able to just get away and provide and not be shot up. So that was it. So what things happened in this game that I thought were really interesting? First of all, the Vortex of Doom is really crazy. Now you saw that pretty much the greatest result ever that could happen is that the Librarian took out Ghazghkull Thraka with it, securing a lot of victory points with that killing. A lot of things happened, as I said, and I didn't fix any dice rolls. Everything was completely as you saw it. It's just unfortunate for Ghazghkull Thraka. Ghazghkull Thraka didn't do anything, obviously. He just moved up and then got killed. The non-bikers are very competitive still, as you noticed. You know, they do drop to force weapons, but that being said, they are very maneuverable, they have great shooting, they have twin-linked strength 5 guns, and they're nasty in close combat if you stack them with power claws. They just rip apart anything they touch. They got all the kill points in the entire game. The boys were literally just there because you had to bring them in the list. The new way that the Orcs and the WA supplement are put together prevents you from... it does prevent you from, you can't just take non-bikers now, you have to take 2 squads of boys. And in the end, if I ran this list again, I'd probably just bring 2 min squads of boys and just stack up the knobs, because they did all the work. The boys were just there because they had to be there. And that was basically it. They were just as competitive as they were before, but they couldn't, you know, they aren't troops, they're elite still. As far as Grey Knights go, Grey Knights are really still pretty good. The Drago AP2 weapon is just beyond nasty. It ripped apart everything that it touched, and it kept the non-bikers at bay, because it's a strength, you know, even if it casts Hammerhand, it's a strength 9 force weapon. Even normally it's strength 7, so it wounds non-bikers on it too, and instant kills them because they were able to get the force every time. And there's force. Force is by far the scariest force, is the scariest psychic power, because it does keep non-bikers at bay. If they jump in, it was really a death sentence for them. They would not have survived, and that's why you got to play intelligently with non-bikers, and you can't always just jump in and go crazy. And then they were very maneuverable. New things to the Grey Knights. As I said, I just played Terminators and Paladins and a Librarian, so what really wasn't that many new. The Land Raider did okay. It just moved up one time and then eventually got popped, because it's hard to get out of the threat range of a non-biker. They have up to a 24-inch assault range. And the Terminators inside, you know, held them off. Unfortunately, they kind of whiffed with their attacks, and they didn't get to kill as many as they did. And also, they whiffed with their force weapon. They passed the force weapon, psychic power, and then the Orcs were able to deny it. That being said, psychic powers with the new Grey Knights are just silly, because the amount of psychers in a list that you just stack on, even when I was rolling a 1, in fact, I think the best situation was when I rolled a 1, because then the Grey Knights would get 7 or 8 dice, maybe even 9 dice, and the Orcs will only get 1 dice. They only have 1 6-up one time to negate one thing, and it's most of the time I was rolling more than 1 4, so the Orcs were powerless against my psychic powers, and I found that was really interesting in this this game. Anything else I would have done differently? Maybe gotten away from them earlier in the game with the Paladins once they were really outnumbered. But besides that, the Paladins basically played their strengths. They deep struck where they needed to and wiped out a lot of stuff. They got very lucky with their psychic power, that Doom of Vortex Doom thing, and it killed so much. And then they just wiped off anything that dared to challenge them. There was really, you know, that many guys. Drago, a Librarian, and even some Paladins with force weapons are just unbelievably powerful and would eat any squad to bits. because they just need to get Hammerhand off, and they're wounding on 4s. Like, they're worse, they're wounding on 5s, or you know, the swords are wounding on 5s against not bikers. The halberds are wounding on 4s, and they're just eating to shreds the not bikers. So I really hope you enjoyed that battle report. Stay tuned for more battle reports. And as I said, some might be Jay versus Jay. I really hope you enjoy this Jay versus Jay battle report. And yeah, so thank you very much for watching. Until next time, this is Jay saying, I really hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more videos, and happy painting.